Hey, how's it going guys? Daniel with Xhover here. In this video, we're going to show you how to assemble your Xhover Vanover FPV racing frame. If you don't know who Vanover is, make sure you go on Instagram or YouTube, type in Captain Vanover, and you will see some incredible FPV racing videos by him. He's actually one of the fastest pilots in the world, extremely fast. You guys have to check him out. I don't know how he does it. The whole world doesn't know how he's so fast, but it's just kind of mind-blowing the speed he reaches and goes through small gates. So make sure you check him out. All right guys, so the first thing I like to do, I like to take all the parts out, make sure I'm not missing anything. So in the Vanover packaging here, you'll get the top plate, main plate, bottom plate, set of arms, your hardware pack with the battery foam pack, camera protectors, or not camera protectors, the camera mounts, soft bobbins, your battery strap, and ESC stickers. So let's open this up. Put it all on the table, make sure we're actually not missing anything here. Got your 4 arms. Let's get into the hardware pack right here that comes with your bobbins. Let's see, your hardware pack, micro camera mounts, soft pad here for your battery, protect the battery from the carbon. Next, you have your ESC stickers, regular Xhover stickers, and a battery pad. So the first thing I like to do is I like to get the main plate. The main plate does have the press nuts already installed. So we'll get the soft little bobbins out, and there's actually a little trick putting these on here. They're going to go on these holes right here. I like to do from the bottom side where the press nut's not going to get in the way here. And I like to go in one side, then get your tool here, and then just kind of start going around and pressing this in here. It does take a while, it's a little time consuming, but you only have to do this once. So from the other side, you can just grab it, pull it through, and there you go. You got one installed. It does come with an extra one, just in case it happens to rip or you need an extra one. It does come with an extra one, so you can use that. So we'll get all 4 installed, and then we'll move on to the arms. All right guys, so once you have your soft mounts installed here, you can see what they look like here on the main plate. That's a top, that's the bottom. And this does have an orientation. Make sure the side with the press nuts, with the rough end, is facing the top. That's going to be the top of the frame. Next thing we're going to do is install the arms. What I like to do is do one arm, then the bottom plate. And I forgot to open up our hardware pack here. So in this hardware pack, you're going to have 2 sides of screws. You're going to have a longer size and a short side. Really simple here. What we want to use to mount the arms is actually the longest screw that comes in the hardware kit. So next we'll get the arm, put the bottom plate, and one thing to keep in mind here is that these arms actually do have an orientation. So the one with the end here is the front, and this would be the back here. So front, back. Let's put this on here, and we'll do one arm, and I'll put a screw in on the outer side of the hole. These are M2 size screws. It's an M3 but an M2 driver here, and you just want to screw it in lightly. You definitely don't want to make sure it's not tight, because we still have to put all the rest of the arms here. We'll do the other side. Same thing, get your long screw. Make sure it's not in there too tight. Now in the back. As you can see, it's actually really easy. going together really easy, guys. That's a nice thing about this frame. We actually designed it so everything goes together easily, and there's only like 2 screw sizes, so it's not you have like 20 different screw sizes. It makes it a little bit more difficult. And the other nice thing is that, let's say you were to break an arm and you do have to replace your flight controller, you can easily do that without having to remove the arm. And vice versa, if you do break an arm and you have to replace the arm, you can easily remove the arm without disturbing the flight controller. So that's a really nice feature. I know Vanover uses that a lot because, of course, he's flying fast, so he's going to break things. Let's put in the other screw here. Like I said, just make sure all the screws are nice and loose. And look at this. Put the arm on backwards. So if you put the arm on backwards, it definitely won't let you screw it in. So it's pretty easy. We just remove this screw here. Actually, it's this one right here. Remove this screw, remove the arm, just switch it. As you can see, that was pretty easy. And I'm definitely excited to build this frame up and take it to the track and hopefully be as fast as Vanover. Who knows? So now we definitely want to tighten this up. A lot of people like to use Loctite. I personally don't use it just because if I need to replace something or take it apart, it's just going to make it pretty difficult. But after every flight, I do like to go over the screws and make sure they're nice and tight so I don't have any screws coming off in the air. And one of my favorite things actually is building these and putting them together. I almost enjoy it more than flying, believe it or not. That's kind of weird, but I like it. So the next thing is installing the standoffs, which is going to be 4 of them on the outer holes. And for these is just the smaller screws. You're going to have some longer screws left over. Just make sure you don't use those. If you do, it's no big deal, but you might need it if in the future one of the longer screws comes off in air, or you just need an extra screw. And next we have the top plate. The Vanover comes with the top plate, but we have an optional canopy you can purchase on the website. We only sell them in blue, and honestly, a lot of people like to use a canopy. It looks a little cleaner in my opinion, but some people actually like to use this frame with the GoPro, so they'll leave the top plate. And actually there's nothing wrong with the top plate if you're racing. It's just honestly preference and look, really. If you want it to look, I don't know, I think this looks pretty cool. If you want it to look like this, we have the canopy on the website. If not, top plate is more than enough, and that works as well too. So just screw this in here. Forgot to mention, you can put these on right now, but I like to put these on when I'm actually building it with the electronics. These are the micro cam mounts. Just put these in the standoffs, they slide in, they're going to be nice and snug, so that way they're not moving while it's in flight. And then you should be good. Next we just put in the rest of the screws here. And you can see we're pretty much done. Next step is putting in the battery pad. This battery pad will have a bunch of holes on it. Just punch those holes out. They're already pre-cut, so it's pretty easy. Just don't make a big mess. There's a bunch of little holes everywhere. So once that's done, remove the backing here. That is a sticky side. Have some holes left over here. All right, so then you want to line it up, and there's no right or wrong way here. It's not a front or back. Push it down. And this is definitely going to protect your battery, so that way it's not rubbing on the carbon or the screws, or if you're going to be hitting something hard or bottoming out, should be good. And if you have extra screws left over, which you will have extra screws left over, we always try to include extra screws in the kits just in case you lose a screw. But you can also use these screws for the motor mounts. So you're definitely going to have some screws left over. That's going to be for the motors, or if you need to use them for the top plate, bottom plate, whatever you want to use them for. We also include some ESC sticker tape here. So once you have your motor, you can see here, once you have the motor, you can actually just put in one of these ESC sticker tapes and keep your motor wires nice and tight. All right guys, so that's how you assemble the Xhover Vanover FPV racing frame. Thank you so much for making this purchase. We truly appreciate it, and we really take your feedback serious. So if you guys have any questions on this frame or need support, please feel free to visit xhover.com and send a support email to support@xhover.com. We'd be more than happy to talk to you. You can also give us a phone call, and one of us will answer it and try to help you out as best as we can. So thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, if you haven't checked out Vanover, make sure you type in Captain Vanover. I'll also have a link in the description to his YouTube channel where you can check it out. And if you guys have any questions, email us, guys, and make sure you subscribe. We'll have more videos coming out. Thanks for watching, guys.